Think of the smartest person you know. What is the dumbest thing they've ever done? My partner, postgrad quals, civil engineer, super rational, smart, measured, not at all impulsive human being walking along the water's edge at the start of jellyfish season. Sees a mass in the water. That looks like a jellyfish. Kicks the mass. Toe connects with mass. Fuck. It was a rock. Having gotten over my amazement at the stupidity I just witnessed, I pocketed the rock. Gave it to him as a congratulations at your amazing career promotion, just to remind him he is not immune to errors of judgment. My one college professor had a double doctorate, several masters, and was the head of the national magazine for his field and had a lot of respect in the science community. He didn't know electric eels were real. Like he argued with us. Edit, like 30 morons here are like WLT hey are enthikni kali els her dur. Like no you knuckle draggers he was arguing against the existence of the creature. How fucking boring would the story be if we were arguing about classification? No one would mention that. My colleague was tasked to put mail into the mailbox. She asked me where it is and what it looks like. Around the corner, and it's a red box. Turns out, there is another red box marked General Waste. About 2 meters away is the red box that spells out Australia Post. She's been throwing away mail. I lived in Colorado Springs. My friend came into town and was booked into a hotel. I called and asked for the name or address of the hotel and he told me he did not know, but he could see the mountains from where he was. He narrowed his location down to a time zone. I don't know if he's necessarily the smartest person I know, but I know a pretty smart astrophysicist who pointed out a star to us which was in fact a plane. My brother's friend was high school valedictorian. In college, he gathered up deer turds to play a practical joke on his roommate by putting said deer turds into a box of Cocoa Puffs cereal. 2 days later he forgets about the deer turds and goes to pour himself a bowl of Cocoa Puffs. Instead of nice, sugary cereal, he gets a spoonful of deer turds. Has been served. In more than one way lol. Justice. Brother-in-law is a pretty clever guy. Ran a bath for his kid, couldn't get the tap to turn off, mad panic, rang a plumber friend asking him to come round quick or the house is gonna flood. Friend was like, you could just pull the plug? Real nice, real clever guy. Zero common sense. A lot of people are only used to things going right and working as they should. When things don't they become complete vegetables. Also, when it's their own stuff it's hard to see the forest from the trees. I tend to panic when shit goes wrong in my house, but relatives or friends, I'll calmly say, just do A, B and C. No big deal. Same shit at my house. Ah, fuck I'm ruined. Sell this house now. I have a neighbor, he is by far the smartest person I know. A couple 4th of Julys ago he got a quarter stick of dynamite, and strapped it to an RC boat with a detonate button and a timer. He sent it out on the lake at night, flipped the switch and it didn't go off, so when it was fixed the 7-second timer started going. It ended up going off in the house and blowing out all of the windows. Everyone was safe. TLDR, my neighbor blew up his house. My dad is a software engineer and pretty smart. When my twin and I were about 7 he was the only one home with us when he started coughing up blood. Except he didn't tell anyone and decided to just wait for my mom to get home instead of getting someone else to look after us and going to the hospital. My mom was so pissed when she got home and he casually mentioned the coughing up blood thing. Turned out he had bronchopneumonia and had to spend a couple weeks in the hospital. Even had to have his heart stopped and started again. He almost died because he decided coughing up blood wasn't an emergency. He truly was a software guy. I imagine them unplugging his tachykardiogram, everyone waiting 30 seconds, then plugging it back in to resume compressions. I did my undergrad with a guy who got an almost perfect score on his MCAT but also ate a raw chicken breast because he thought it was a really bad Hot Pocket. He was sober. Edit, for all those asking, it was one of those individually packaged breaded and stuffed chicken breasts that was frozen. He thought it was an off-brand Hot Pocket, microwaved it for a minute or however long you usually cook a Hot Pocket for and chowed down. He ate it so fast he didn't really question why it was so slimy, or still frozen. Another time, when he was in early high school, maybe 14 years old, his mom was making his lunch and feeding the cat at the same time. She worked 3 jobs and is a real-life angel, and mixed up the cat food with the can of tuna for his tuna salad sandwich. So he has also eaten a cat food sandwich. He figured that one out after the fact but was too polite to say anything to his very tired mom. He's a surgeon now. My friend once ate a frozen burger from the freezer because what's the difference if it's hot or cold? He, however, was an idiot. Edit, now I think about it, he put it in the microwave for perhaps 20 seconds, just so it wasn't rock solid. just to soften it enough to get his teeth into. My brother was once so hungry he gave up while cooking a frozen cordon bleu he bought at the grocery store and ate the damn thing half frozen. He was a cardiologist, but I think the universe gave him a lot of smart and too little of practical everyday skills. He also had the worst sense of direction. He was like an adorable clumsy kitten at home, and a completely different person at work. Thank you for listening to another B-Town Reddit Stories episode. Hit the subscribe button and check out our channel for more stories. Let us know your opinion about this topic in the comments.